Welcome, class, to my presentation of our final project for the computer forensics class. Sit back and enjoy this. So what I'll be going through is basic procedures on how to make a forensic copy for data acquisition, validating acquisitions using hash files, data carving, steganography, hiding data in partitions, bit shifting, recovering passwords, recovering data from virtual machines, and email spoofing and phishing. The programs I used to accomplish this were ProDiscover Basic, OpenStego, Hex Workshop, Passware Password Recovery Kit Professional, OS Forensics, and Outlook. So first we'll talk about making a forensic copy for data acquisition. This is done with ProDiscover Basic. And this is done with when the suspect's drive is connected via USB to your workstation. This is just one method that you can do that I'll be going through. So what you want to do is to start ProDiscover Basic with the Run as Administrator option selected. That's pretty much default for any kind of program that you're using. You want to make sure you're using Run as Administrator. Launch dialog box is going to come up, and you want to click cancel on that. Next, you want to select action, then capture image. You want to choose the suspect's drive from the source drive drop-down list in the capture image dialog box. Then you click the right arrows box next to the destination and click choose local path to choose where you want to save the image. And a little note there. So first we'll talk about making a forensic copy for data acquisition. This is done with. Next you click the split box to split the image into equal sized images. For a larger drive you'd want to split into 2000 megabytes. You fill out the rest of the capture image dialog box with your name and image number, and choose if you want to compress the image or not. And you can even choose to add a password. Once you're finished with all that, you click OK, and ProDiscover Basic takes care of it all. It'll process the image and save it to your local machine so you can further process it. Next technique is validating acquisitions using hash values. This is also done with ProDiscover Basic, which really is the perfect piece of software to use for validating acquisitions, since it literally automatically does this process, and it does this using a function called auto verify image checksum. If the image was not successfully captured, it will notify you with an error message telling you so. So to do this, you start ProDiscover Basic with the Run as Administrator option selected. You make sure to have a project selected. Choose Images under Content View. And on the right side of the screen, there's a checksum column with the hash value, and the hash value is just shown right there. Okay, the next process is data carving. This is also done with ProDiscover Basic, which makes it easy with its data carving tool. So you start ProDiscover Basic with Run as Administrator. You already have a project loaded. Go to Tools and Data Carving. The image will appear in the drive name box. You click Browse and select the output folder. And then you click the box to use a particular file or manually add your header. Okay, the next process is data carving. This is also done with ProDiscover Basic, which okay, next process is steganography. This is done using OpenStego, and I think this is my favorite process here. So you just start OpenStego with Run as Administrator option selected. And when you do that, the hide data is usually automatically selected for you, but you just want to make sure that is selected. You click the ellipses next to the message file box, and you browse to the file that you want to hide. Next, you click the ellipses next to the cover file box and browse to the file that you want to hide the message file in. And then you click the ellipses next to the output stego file box and choose where you would like to save the file and give it a name. Next, you choose your encryption type that you want to have, the encryption algorithm. Next step for OpenStego is to provide and confirm a password if you'd like the message password protected, and click OK. Finally, that's done. You're done with hiding your picture or your message in the picture.
If you want to extract
next step for OpenStego is to provide and confirm a password if you'd like the message password protected, and click OK. Finally, so next procedure is hiding data in partitions, and I found that you just using Windows was good enough to do this. You don't need any special software downloaded. So in Windows, you just click on Start and type this part and press Enter. This will bring up a command window. You type list volume to see the available partitions. And then you type select volume 1, 2, 3, whatever the number of the volume you want to select. Next, you would type remove letter A, B, whatever the letter of the drive is you want to hide. And you want to make sure that that drive letter is capitalized. This will successfully hide the partition and anything that's included in that partition, including any secret files you want to keep hidden. So next procedure is last little bit about hiding partitions is they can really easily be found in ProDiscover Basic because the drive letters that are assigned to those partitions when you load an image file, they're the highest available drive letters. Last little bit about hiding partitions is they can really easily be found in ProDiscover Basic because the drive letters that are okay, next process here is bit shifting, which I found extremely interesting. And this is done with Hex Workshop. First, you want to open Hex Workshop and make sure the Data Operations toolbar is visible by going to Options and Toolbars and making sure there is a check next to Data Operations. Then you go to File, Open, and select the file you want to shift the bits on. You select left or right on the Data Operations toolbar to shift the bits of the file to the left or right. And once the bits have been shifted, go to File Save to save the newly bit shifted file. And if you want to remove this process, you would simply reverse the process from above. Okay, next process is recovering passwords. And I found a program that makes this just stupid easy. It's called Password Recovery Kit Professional. After you open the program, you click on Recover File Password, and you navigate to the file that you want to have the password broken on. Then you click on Use Predefined Settings to start the process. This program goes through a lot of possibilities and then shows you the password. It's that simple. It has other options for other types of passwords as well, like the internet, like if you want to find web browser passwords, your network passwords. Okay, next process is recovering passwords, and I found a program that makes this Okay, next process is recovering data from virtual machines. And I just mounted a drive, a VM drive using OS Forensics. I found that was pretty easy. And this process, you just, with OS Forensics started, you click on the Mount Drive image on the left side, click Mount New in the lower left corner of the window, and then with the image file selected, click on the ellipses next to the image file box to browse where the VM file is.
And click OK if all the
Okay, next process is recovering data from virtual machines. Okay, the final process here is about email spoofing and phishing. One way to ensure an email message is real or spoof is to look at the header. And you can do this with Outlook. You don't need any special forensics software. So you just open Outlook and double click on the mail message. And then you just click File Properties. And you can view the header of the selected email in the Internet Headers portion.
Here you can tell where the message.
Okay, the final process here is about email spoofing and phishing. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for listening to my presentation.